Okay, next one here, same thing. We're going to find at least one rational root for this polynomial equation. We'll make it an equation equal to 0. And I just noticed that this equation is also one that we were working with before. We actually, up here, already solved and found the possible solutions, right? Number 1 up here, exact same equation. So these are all, let me see here, let's copy these. All of these right here are the possible solutions. So let me bring that down here. Okay, let's move these over here. Okay, that's what we got. Those are the possible solutions. So we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to plug these in. We're going to evaluate the equation. So I'm going to write my equation, 6x cubed, but I'm going to replace the x with parentheses. 29x squared minus 19x plus 2. And we want to find a value that makes it equal to 0. So pick a number. Any number doesn't really matter where you start with. Maybe we'll start with, hey, look, we could start with this, negative 1/3. Let's start there. So we'll plug in negative 1/3 for each of these. And then this is a question mark here. We want to know, is it equal to 0? If it is, we found a solution. Let's go ahead and check. Now, of course, to evaluate this, you got to use a calculator or use a Desmos calculator. You're not going to be doing this by hand. So you're not going to be able to see my screen here, but I'm going to go over to Desmos and type this in. Okay, and negative 1/3 doesn't work. When we plug it in, we don't get a 0. So we could cross that one off the list. So maybe I'll do this. Okay, the negative didn't work. Let's see. Let's try positive 1/3. Try that. Evaluate that on your calculator or on Desmos. Again, that one doesn't work. Okay, it's not equal to 0, so we can cross that off the list. We try both of those. So it's neither, maybe I don't want to circle that. I'll just do that. Okay, it's neither positive 1/3 or negative 1/3. Okay, so what's it going to be? Well, I'll let you try some of these, right? Plug some of these in, see if you can find the value that when you substitute it in for x, it satisfies the equation and makes it equal to 0. Okay, and then once you've taken a look, hopefully you can find it on your own, or if not, either way, once you've given it a try, come back and check, and we can compare answers here. Okay, I found it. Did you find it? This is the number that I found, and I think this is the only one on the list that works. Negative 2/3. When I plug in negative 2/3 for x, It does indeed equal 0, which means we found a solution. So here we'll have x equals negative 2/3. That's a solution. We haven't found all the solutions, right? Again, this is a degree 3. This equation is going to have 3 solutions. But this problem just asks us to find, it says find at least one, and we found one, so we could stop there. If you wanted to find the other two, you do synthetic division. You do it with these coefficients, and you do it with negative 2/3 as your k value on the top left. And yes, you can do synthetic division with the fraction. Might get a little bit ugly, but you know what? It should actually work out. It should give you a remainder 0 in the synthetic division, and then of course whatever quadratic is left over, you solve to find the last two solutions. Okay, that's that one.